You saw the title. Now here's the twist. One chain's bread was ruled in Irish courts to have so much sugar it legally counts as cake. Another pioneer of fried chicken is now getting slammed for soggy crust and rubbery meat. If you're trying to save money and avoid stomach regret, this is your wake-up call. Today, we start with Subway and KFC to show how the fresh and original promises fall apart at the counter.
All new at 9 amid a lawsuit asking if the tuna served at Subway restaurants is actually tuna. The national sandwich chain is revamping its.
I found out yesterday we had free subs from 10 till 12, so I had a free turkey bacon, and it was delicious. It was on multi-grain, and they even had avocado on the side.
Cali Turkey, Subway's new and improved sandwich.
Subway offered its customers across the country 1 million of those for free Tuesday as part of the chain's new Eat Fresh, Refresh menu unveil.
Then we'll pull back the curtain on 5 more chains and the simple stay-home swaps that fix the mess. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Then the New York Times tested the meat and says it found no tuna DNA. Subway disagreed with the findings of the test and denied the allegations in the lawsuit. Its positive review follows negative press Subway recently received for its tuna sandwiches. A class-action lawsuit accuses Subway of fraud and false advertising over the content of its tuna sandwiches, saying it delivers 100% cooked tuna to its restaurants, which is mixed with mayonnaise and used in freshly made sandwiches and wraps.
You might want to finish this video before you finish your sub, because what they call bread was ruled so sugary it fits the legal definition of cake. Let's start with the promise you're sold. A bright counter, crisp toppings, lean protein, and a warm loaf baked right there. You're thinking light, clean, quick. That's the sales pitch. But here's the kicker. An Irish court said the sugar level in that loaf pushes it out of the bread category. That sweet base stacks the deck before the first slice of turkey lands.
I guess I realized they had other things, but when I go to Subway, it's a tuna sandwich. So unless they improve the tuna and bring back oregano, it probably doesn't make much difference.
The tuna sandwich is not part of Subway's menu refresh. The chain said it doesn't need an update, and that's fine with customer Peter McDonald.
I buy the same thing every time I come in, tuna.
As for Subway's Eat Fresh Refresh, it doesn't mean much.
Then you meet the limp lettuce, the skimpy deli slices, and the value line starts to wobble. On the board, the sub looks stacked. On the wrap, the bread dome does the heavy lifting. It's like buying a throw pillow and getting just the cover. Airy, puffy, sweet. The carbs take center stage while the protein comes in as a cameo. The court's reasoning was simple. Bread has a threshold for sugar. Go past it and you're in dessert land. And when mass market loaves lean sweet, you get a faster spike and a shorter stay full window. That means you're hungry sooner, which is a great business loop, but a bad lunch plan. Store-level variance makes it worse. Veggies prepped hours ago sit, leach water, and dull out. Tomatoes bleed into the roll. Cucumbers go slick. Texture tells the truth faster than any slogan. And mushy plus sweet equals regret. Consumer polls back the slide. Freshness and taste ratings have dipped, and common complaints hit the same notes. Smaller portions, higher prices, less satisfaction. Longtime customers say they feel like they're paying for a snack dressed up as a meal. That's not a splurge, that's a mistake. If the healthy chain blurs the definition of the core ingredient, what does that say about the rest of fast food's promises? The truth is, the base matters most. Why did that court tag the loaf as cake? Too much sugar for bread. So your healthy base skews sweet, and your fillings stay thin. Read past the buzzwords.
Morgan, well, KFC is going to be rolling out Beyond Meat fried chicken breasts nationwide starting next Monday. This comes after several years of tests that were successful for the two brands. It'll be available for a limited time in nearly 4,000 KFC locations.
We didn't want to just provide another form chicken to the market. What we wanted to do is get that muscle structure right so that when people bit into the product, it has that whole muscle tissue.
I spoke with Beyond CEO Ethan Brown and KFC's U.S. president, who both expressed confidence about the upcoming launch, particularly the texture mimicking of a chicken product that is plant-based. Take a listen.
Now let's move on to a chain that built its name on original and hear what the crust is really hiding. If a fried chicken pioneer can't keep a crispy crust, what are you really paying for? The recipe or the billboard? You expect a hot bucket, a clean crunch, and meat that drips in a good way. That's the legacy they sell. Let's start with what should happen. Fresh batches, tight fry times, oil that's clear and hot, a crust that shatters, not slides. You bite, it snaps, and the steam smells like chicken, not fryer funk.
8% of the customers that are buying, Beyond and plant-based proteins in the grocery also eat meat, so they're using it as a way to reduce the amount of animal-based protein in their diets. And we think it's bigger than just a trend.
Chief supply chain officer roles, both Beyond and KFC execs pointing to changing consumer preferences and also good timing in January for this anticipated.
But here's the kicker. Reports stack up of soggy breading, greasy boxes, and rubbery meat. This isn't a random Tuesday. Broad satisfaction scores have taken one of the sharper slides while rivals trend up, which lines up with what customers keep saying. Think of batter like a raincoat. It only works when the oil is strong and the hold time is short. Tired oil lets moisture push back in, so the coat gets soaked and the meat steams. You get chew, not snap. Oil quality drives all of it. When vats run too long, the oil breaks down. Smoke point drifts. Off flavors build. Polymerized crumbs cling to fresh pieces, and the crust goes from crisp to tacky. If you've had that coating that sticks to your fingers like industrial glue, that's breakdown talking. Hold temps matter too. Chicken parked too long under heat lamps loses its edge, then tightens up. Without strict temperature logs and batch limits, texture falls off a cliff. Hot, then dull, then rubbery. Portions shrink and price creep add insult. Smaller pieces, bigger receipts, longer waits. The value case collapses for a weeknight dinner. Across the board, complaint themes repeat. Texture, temperature, and value. You pay for crunch and get grease. You pay for comfort and get let down. The gap shows up in the first bite. So what's under that soggy crust? Often pre-cooked or poorly held product and oil that needed a break hours ago. That's why the category trend leaves this chain trailing. Payoff, sharper slide than key rivals, and a greasy coat born from weak oil turnover and time control. Takeaway, less quality for more money, with higher odds of a letdown. Two icons sold you fresh and original, and both cracked under daylight. So what is the smarter move when you just want dinner that doesn't fight back? The real kicker, when fresh turns into cake and original turns into oil, you see the seams, speed over quality, image over outcome. The fix is not glamorous. It works. Stay home twice a week. 10 minutes for a pan fry or sheet pan bake beats a drive-through that hands you limp and greasy. You control salt, fat, and what goes in the pan. You keep your cash and your standards. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Next up, we'll pull back the curtain on 5 more chains and the stay-home swaps that beat them on taste, price, and peace of mind.